This is the Life's Journey with Best Friends podcast. Listen as two best friends for over 40 years share our experiences, insights, and unique stories. So welcome back, BFFers. It's been a few weeks since we've recorded.
It's been a while. We've been on vacation. We've done so many things.
I know, it's been awesome. So we're so happy that you're joining us for this episode.
Hopefully you missed us.
I know. Did you even realize we were gone? Let us know. Yeah, we hope you missed us. But yeah, so we've been on vacation. Diana went to South Carolina. I went to Key West with my father-in-law.
Julie went to Greece.
Julie went to Greece. So,
jealous.
I know, right? So we'll talk about that in a future episode. We just want to catch up today on a couple of things that are current and things that are coming up that are happening.
And we have a special guest today.
One of our favorite guests.
So a two-timer.
Yeah, right? We're off to our current episode. Well, hi, BFFers. So we have our favorite guest on again.
Oh, boy.
Our two-time guest.
Yes, I know, but he's our favorite.
I was going to say our only, but we had Lynn.
No, we had Lynn. Yeah,
okay.
We've had the kids. We've had Julie.
Okay.
We've had Chrissy.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Carolyn.
Yeah, Carolyn.
Carolyn and Heather.
What's
I don't know.
wrong with you?
My brain's frazzled.
That's age.
Yep.
So he has actually something very exciting coming up at his location, so we really wanted him to talk about it. We are all going to be here, so
Yep,
we would
can't
love
wait.
for you to guys and for you guys to come and visit us and hang out and hear more about it. So Eric, tell us what's going on at the Natural Food Exchange.
At the Natural Food, okay. We are doing June 2nd, 2 to 5. We're going to have I guess they call it the Stoneham Mushroom Fest.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So it's in conjunction with the sale. You come by before, you come by after. There's a
Okay.
big sale at the store, but it's going to be put on by Baystaters for Natural Medicine, which is an advocacy group for mushrooms awareness and.
Now we're not talking shrooms.
Oh no, we are.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we
all
absolutely,
right. I didn't know that.
are.
Okay.
I don't sell that. That's not currently legal. So that's part of. It's a whole thing.
It's
Okay,
kind of
we're
what
doing
they're,
a whole
Because
thing.
they're talking about making them legal, though.
Yes. So
like they do with the
Marijuana.
They are actually yes. So there's some similarities between say 5 or 10 years ago with CBD.
Yep.
And, where cannabis was a class 1 scheduled drug.
Yeah.
Which is up there with like heroin.
I know,
Like,
that always blew
and-
my mind.
yeah.
Even though I
Same.
never did any of
Right.
that, I just never understood
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But psilocybin and mescaline and they're all considered class 1 as well with the same penalties and restrictions. So there is, I think it's in November. There is in the Mass State Legislature. There's some acts to. It's beyond my pay grade to get into the legalities of it, but essentially it will bring it more in line with CBD.
Okay.
And,
All right.
and there's a bunch of things that they want to do. They want to make it available to clinicians to work. So I don't know how much anybody here trip the light. I have
No,
not. I have not tripped
never.
the light. Fantastic.
I have
No,
never
I never-
done it.
no.
Never.
No.
So, but,
I'm too afraid.
Me
It's
too.
chicken shit. I'd be like, I'd get stuck in
I'd
the
be
world
the one that went
forever,
to the
you know?
hospital because of my anxiety.
I
won't ever try it.
You what?
I pay to see you guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, and it lasts
Oh,
too
maybe we
long.
could do
That's
that
what
on
I
this show.
heard. It lasts a long time.
Well, doesn't it get like stored in your fat cells?
I don't know.
I don't
No.
need that, and then all of a sudden I'll be at work or driving,
And it'll
I'll
kick
go,
in?
Woo, yeah,
So-
it's all right.
So there's a couple. So DMT, which is separate from what this is, only lasts like 15 minutes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's not bad.
So
Okay.
that's something they use
I can
that
handle that.
in therapy. as
Like
well.
microdosing, right?
Well, microdosing is different. So
Oh.
there's a couple. So
Damn no.
we're gonna reach a point where I don't know the answer.
And that's why everyone needs to come on Sunday.
Which is why I got these guys
Come in and talk.
because I want to be there to I want to learn.
Yeah, right.
So
Sure. Yeah.
there may be some areas of this that go beyond my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Right.
I want to learn. I want
Right.
to get different perspectives.
This isn't a political thing. This
Right,
is
this
a,
is-
this
well,
is a
it's
wellness
Well,
thing.
it's
And
definitely-
educational.
There's definitely an area of it that's political, and there are what I'm learning because I know about the mushrooms I sell, which we can get into,
Right.
but they're not psychoactive.
Yeah.
So there is, within the different factions of people who are pro-psilocybin, there are some that support this initiative in November, some that don't because they feel that it makes it too corporate and they want to keep it more, kind
Natural.
of, they want to keep it more in the realm of you should be able to possess a certain amount of it.
Right.
So there's discussions with people who all like, decriminalize it, but this way or that way. I want to learn about that. The two areas that I'm interested in is one is the microdosing, which is so what you do is you take psilocybin, which is psychoactive, but you take an amount that is below the amount to be psychoactive.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll make up, but if a gram gets you high as a kite, you take a tenth of a gram.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
whatever it is. Right below where you start to feel it. And then you take it with, there's different things. The most recent one I saw a podcast on was they take it in conjunction with lion's mane, which is something I sell and I actually take. And then they take it with niacin, and that stack will give you a lot more clear-headed focus, and it has a lot of health benefits. So a lot of the coders in Silicon Valley have been microdosing and doing this for years.
Right.
Really?
Right.
They stare at a screen and
Right.
And they've been grinding out code and getting new apps and everything. They're all microdosing.
So it's
That's
like,
interesting,
it's like
actually.
instead of like caffeine and cocaine these days, it's this
Yeah.
microdosing that they're all doing, and it's more a natural way. And I've read like they're vegan and all of this stuff, and I'm like, whatever.
It might help with your ADHD.
Not
Well,
yours
Lions,
personally.
yeah, but lion's mane
Right.
is, I know that's supposed to be a
Lion's mane, I'm
huge
a big
thing with
fan of.
ADHD. So, will they talk about that too, or are they just talking about
So it's a
little of everything?
It's a little unclear of exactly what direction we're going to take over the 3 hours.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun.
So I might.
They passing out samples? Oh, shut up!
They better not. That's going to get my ass in deep trouble.
That would be funny. Everybody would be like,
Take a sip of this.
Yeah, no. So there's that component is very interesting because that would be something I consider from a personal standpoint if it was decriminalized.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
I've taken I'm a huge lion's mane fan. Like I take some form of it.
That's
all
the
time.
funkiest looking mushroom, man.
But my kids take it. They take.
how do you, like, is it, you eat it?
Lion's mane?
Yeah, is it a pill?
Yeah, there's a pill, but you
Okay.
can buy it as a
in my
mushroom too. Yeah,
Huh?
It's in my coffee.
So it's just like a vitamin.
I
It looks like a
actually-
vitamin. Can I
Yeah.
open this?
You can have it if you want. If you want to try it for a month, you can have that.
So when I was down at Julie's
That's
weeks
a
ago,
that's a blend, but
Okay.
that's not just lion's.
I had lion's mane coffee, and if she hadn't told me, I would have no idea.
Really?
I thought it was regular coffee. It tasted exactly the same.
Is it mud water or
Uh,
rise?
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, so we sell mud water.
It
Rise.
looks like poop.
right.
No, but that's the other
No,
one
it
that's also
smells-
has that. Yeah.
It smells like just greens or
Yeah.
dirt.
So that has several. The main ingredient in all the brain stuff is
Oh,
lion's.
I gotta.
So yeah.
try
So enjoy. That's
Yeah, you do
thank you,
that.
host
I
defense.
do
I
eat
didn't
it.
know you do. You totally do.
So-
I'm not being mean. I meant, you
So
know.
Host Defense is the
Sorry.
guy's company. That
Okay.
is all over. So his name's Paul Stamets. He's on net. He has several Netflix specials. And that's his company. He does
Okay.
a tremendous amount of research. He's on Joe Rogan, a half dozen times. Or whatever.
Oh my gosh, I love that
He's
podcast.
he's
Joe
bri-
Rogan.
he's an eccentric, brilliant guy. Like I will watch every podcast that I can find. with him.
Usually
I'm gonna
those
try
people
this.
that are brilliant are very
Oh, he's
eccentric and they're
he's
like
funny,
a little
too,
crazy.
but yeah. So that was thank you, Host Defense, for donating. to the
Yes, thank you.
podcast.
Thank you very much.
It will take.
2 a day.
In my experience, it takes about 2 to 4 weeks before you kind of look back
Okay.
and say, for me, what I first noticed was around this time, like, mid-afternoon, I come home from work, and
Yeah, exactly.
that after taking it consistently, I find that the lion's mane gives me less brain fog. Yeah, so anyway, the other, which is probably more important socially, is that there's a lot of research that psychedelic mushrooms are very good with PTSD, drug addiction.
Really?
So there's a
That's
huge
interesting.
if you look that up, there are some studies that suggest, and again, I have an article, so everybody look it up on your own. But there's some studies that suggest that 1 8-hour clinically guided trip, if you want to call it, I guess trip would be.
I would do that with a doctor there.
Well,
yes.
that's so. If you look at this guy's Change Your Mind.
Okay.
If you look on episode 3, that's my friend Sarko. And he's a cop, and he got permission from the chief and everything, but he gets high for 8 hours to experience it firsthand. He's the first active duty law enforcement officer that is authorized to participate in this process.
Wow.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of police officers have PTSD.
Well, so for me, I'm very interested in how it can help veterans.
Yes.
How it can help cops. And
Drug addicts.
Drug
that's
addicts.
huge.
It's got a
child
better
abuse survivors.
for any trauma,
Right.
sexual assault, all
Right.
that stuff. And it supposedly has, for drug addicts, it has a higher, that 1 8-hour course has a higher rate of success than I believe it's their first trip to rehab.
Really?
And so 1 trip, 8 hours. 2 of you there, guiding me through so I don't get panicky.
Yeah.
And all that. And there's I want to say, I might be wrong. I thought it was like 40% walk away.
Wow, that'll be
Imagine
interesting.
that.
We'll have to definitely.
Yeah. So
check that.
Yeah.
but there's a lot of. So I'm very interested in those things, particularly for like veterans who are getting screwed. And, you don't. And I can't take credit for this. This is, I believe, Sarko's quote. But when a cop shows up here, you want him on his best day.
Right.
So you don't want him carrying trauma, stress, and anxiety. So it should be decriminalized so that all these people that are going to help you at your worst hour are at their
best.
highest level
Yeah.
of,
So
that's
true.
true. Just like when you're going into the hospital, you don't want a doctor or anyone operating on you that's now worked 48 hours straight. You want someone that's refreshed, relaxed.
Yep.
Yeah, same thing. Someone comes to protect me or help me through a dangerous situation. Absolutely.
Yeah. So those are the reasons. What amount is focused on that or microdosing? I think there's going to be people who share their experiences.
Oh, good.
And I don't know what the percentage will be of recreational or use it as like social lubricant.
Yep.
So I'm hoping there'll be a mix, but I don't know.
That's
So-
interesting.
so-
I can't wait. Actually,
I know it'll be
Yeah.
I
fun.
gotta make sure it's in the calendar. I
Yeah,
know
so
it is, but I
it'll
just
be-
double check.
It's going to be fun, and I kind of like a little bit of the mystery because I'm not running.
Okay.
So
You're just a spectator.
I'm just a
You're
I'm a
supplying the
spectator.
space.
Obviously,
yeah.
if they go into areas that are just clearly, I'll be like, oh, guys.
Right,
you know,
sure,
I'm
right.
like-
It's still your
but
space.
I don't
yeah.
anticipate. They came highly recommended from a respected friend.
Okay.
That, so I have
I'm
every
sure it's gonna
confidence
be
that
fine.
it'll be good. I just don't know. I think it's a much more casual kind of. If everybody wants to talk about microdosing, I think they're gonna
Go
about
that way.
microdosing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you want to find out about, I don't know why I looked at you for the drug addict, but if you want to,
Julie's gonna stand up. Hi, I'm Julie.
I have a problem.
Yeah. So I think it's not in talking to them a couple times, it's not a stringent, I need a PowerPoint and it's going to be, I spent this, and this.
Yeah.
It's much more share your experiences and they'll be, so
Cool.
I think it'll be
I
good.
can't wait.
Yeah, that's
I'm excited.
What yeah.
It's June 2nd, 2 to 6. 2 to 5. I'm sorry, 2 to 5.
But your sale is all day.
All that, June 1st and June 2nd, 20% off everything. Please come by.
Yes.
Including Lion's Mane mushrooms.
Give your address.
39 Pleasant Street, Unit 1A, Stoneham, Mass.
Perfect.
So all you mass holes, come on out.
That's right.
So there might also be the non-psychedelic component, which do you guys I don't want to avoid it, but there's other things that there's other mushrooms, and I have some stuff that I can leave with you guys that do have possibilities for like cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of turkey tail has some. Yeah, so like has some.
That's in the rice coffee as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Carolyn
we,
drinks it.
so we one of our really good friends survived breast cancer,
Oh, nice.
and she was on the show. We had her on, and she talked about the
You said
turkey
turkey,
tail
yeah.
and all of that, and
Yeah.
explained about rice coffee with the mushroom coffee and all the stuff that she was
Yeah.
doing while she was going through her treatment. So yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it. So it's the polysaccharides, the beta glucans, and the and that's that's
Lots.
the only reason I know that is because I read that on the way in. But turkey tail has a lot of. It works in conjunction with chemotherapy drugs.
Sure,
It's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's not. I'm not suggesting that you
Right.
eat
Take that instead, yes.
Make a raspberry smoothie with turkey tail
And you'll
water.
be cancer-free.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
right,
not suggesting that at all.
No.
But there are a lot of 5 years, 10 years down the road. There's a lot of possibilities.
There's so much out there. I recently read a book that Julie's son had recommended, and it's How Not to Die. And I know it sounds awful, but basically what it is it's broken down into chapters, like how not to die from stomach cancer,
Oh.
how not to
Oh,
die
okay.
from
Nice.
breast cancer. So and it's really pushing plant-based stuff. And it was fascinating. There's just so much out there that we don't even know about, and so many things that are scientifically proven now that are there that I'm sorry that the people that are in the pharmaceutical industry, that,
Right. It's at our fingertips,
it's
and
right
we
there.
just
We
need
just
to.
don't even know that it's
Right.
there, and it's just the right combinations of doing things. Of course, it's trial and error, and people take it to extremes, unfortunately, and then then it gets a bad rap. But there's just so much. Our food is what heals us.
Processed
Processed
foods.
foods,
That's
I
all
think the
they
big-
serve us.
Yeah.
I just cooked
Think
up
about the
grass-fed liver Sunday.
Blech! I'm sorry. I hate liver.
Oh,
The smell of liver
I-
cooking.
Oh, I am a child when it
you'll get
comes
along
to
great
that.
with my wife, but
Onions,
I
liver and
feel
onions.
like I had a superpower after I ate it.
Really?
I feel phenomenal. Like
I could never.
I
I
ate
could
it.
never.
If I could get over the flavor, I'd be fine.
little sofritos, garlic.
I can
it's
eat
great.
pate, liver pate, that's fine. But
Gross,
I
you guys.
don't- yeah.
It's awesome.
I just
I'm gonna
couldn't.
try and eat it like once a week. Like some of the jiu-jitsu guys actually talk to me,
Sure.
they make a point of eating it.
Really?
Yeah, but it has all the minerals.
I
and
know.
the,
I couldn't get over.
You
Like
just-
my grandmother used to cook it, and the smell is just
Oh, I
seared
don't
into
want-
my
I don't-
brain. That smell.
I like the taste. That's so that
See, it's
the texture.
The
So-
texture.
Yeah,
And the
that doesn't
texture
work.
is gross.
no, it's taste for me. I had it like once in
Never.
my life,
Oh,
and I've
it's-
never eaten it. Oh,
I would never
no.
even
I
try
would,
it.
You know what? I would try it again. Oh, you've never even tried
No,
it?
I would never.
Oh, you're such a wimp.
Well, even if I didn't like it, I would eat it once in a while because if I'm feeling run down,
Yeah.
I literally feel like
Really?
And
it's
how
like
do you
Mighty
cook
Mouse
it?
popping the pill.
All right,
it's
I'm gonna try.
You cook it what? On the
I-
stove or
I
in the
put
stove?
What I've done, actually, my 15-year-old did it with his friend Angie, and they have a secret recipe. But this is Angie's crazy. I love him. But he got his grandmother's secret recipe. Came with a little bag of sauce.
Don't look in.
Yeah, he was like, Angie, what's in it? I can't tell you. She goes, she told me, but I can't tell you. So they made it one way. It
It
was
hides
good.
the taste.
But what I did was olive oil, just in a big saucepan.
Yeah.
Olive oil, garlic, onions, and then sofrito.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a
Spice?
paste that.
Yeah, it's very big in the Latin culture. Yeah.
Spicy
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah.
No, it's think of like a pasta sauce that's made by
Oh,
yeah.
adobo.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
great way to
That's
explain
it,
it.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So that was but it takes 10 minutes because you're just basically taking chunks of meat and you're, stir frying.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
I don't know.
Liver.
I just don't know.
But the only thing you got to do is you got to get good quality liver because it's a filter in the animal.
Right.
So if you
Filter
get,
it
if you
out.
get,
Right.
yeah, so if you get a like store bought, it's not,
Yeah, I'm
like
sure.
it defeats the purpose.
The grass fed is just that much better.
Oh, grass fed.
Yeah, I even had that.
Oh, you would
I buy
unbelievable.
quarter
difference.
cows.
I looked it up the last time because
Yeah.
I was like, I think I want to get into that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, absolutely. So, I mean, it makes
Processed
sense
food
to-
is just
It's
just
much more expensive, but it's so
I
much
know.
better for you.
I
You
know.
can even
Really is.
see the difference. So if you go to
Yeah.
pick the shop, pick whatever. I don't want to insult people who shop at certain supermarkets,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it doesn't matter. If you get a regular London Royal or whatever exactly, and then I'll pull out one out of my freezer. This one is like 3 shades darker.
Really?
Because just from eating grass, it's the fats are better. Yeah, they look like 2 different animals.
It's the same thing. If
I'm
you,
sure.
You know, think about when you sauce, right? Make your own sauce. You
Mhm.
get Prego or whatever
right.
version out of the jar. There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I want to try that.
All right, so this ought to be fun, Eric.
I
So-
can't wait.
It's gonna be something.
Yeah.
Everything's on sale.
Everything
Everything in the store is 20% off.
Everything.
It's real simple. You point in a direction, it's all at least 20% off. There'll be. I actually bought a bunch of stickers.
You're getting fancy.
I've been giving them out. I've been giving them out to little kids. I'm sure
The parents are like, what?
parents are going, no. So, yeah, we do every June and December. Traditionally, we have a big sale.
Okay.
This one, in order to kind of loop it in with this event, we're doing it for 2 days instead of 1. And actually, these guys are doing a coffee and cocoa tasting on Saturday.
Ooh.
So they have a.
Okay.
I think it's 11 to 2 or so, but there'll be a representative from the company that will have samples of their coffees and cocos, and they're actually pretty good. But they're similar to Rise and Mudwater, and
So if you can't make it on Sunday,
So, yeah.
go on Saturday and
Yep.
Have some tastings of your coffee and cocoa. Oh, that's awesome. Nice.
Very
Oh
excited.
yeah, very excited for it. Yeah, thank you.
I'm thrilled. I'll be excited.
Yeah,
I will
I'm sure.
pass out by then. No, it's usually fun, and my family works it, so Luke will work it. Joey, the 15-year-old, will be there. So it's
Nice.
kind of
Family thing.
Christine will, of course, be there all weekend.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
the extended
but-
family.
Yeah. I mean, but it's kind of fun because I don't I get to work with my kids.
It's
yeah.
actually, we know
Yeah,
that
you
with
do-
the
yeah,
ice
you
cream
do
store,
it.
and we do a big thing on Mother's Day. We give free
Yeah.
Sundays, and
Oh, nice.
this year was the first year in 20-something years I haven't been down there. But that's what we would do. We'd all go down there. We'd gather. The kids would be there. We'd be working. Friends would come in.
Yeah.
It was it's fun. That's the best part of the ice cream store is being able to work with the kids. My kids and then their friends, and then you get to know.
It's another textured that's a small business.
Yeah.
It's and some of the customers, they're like, oh, Luke. They've known because Luke grew 4 inches in the 3
Right.
years that he's worked there. And, it's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's
It's
awesome.
definitely fun.
Oh, cool. Okay. And we love to support small business.
Yes,
we
yes,
love
we do.
Please do.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Please do.
I was going to see if you wanted to stay and talk with us. Have you been following the Karen Reed trial?
I have not, but I've heard some rumors.
So maybe we could just have a nice
Yeah,
little, because
sure.
we hadn't,
Okay.
this
So-
is our up in the air episode.
Yeah, 'cause we haven't recorded in a few weeks, so we're kind of we're catching up. We were both following Karen Reed. In the last few weeks, I've been kind of MIA doing my own thing, and I have not been. I know.
I have religiously
So I'm
watched
dying
this
to find
trial.
out. We wanted to.
I mean, there's a
actually go.
lot. I don't know. We can't go. You know why? They
No.
moved it into a smaller courtroom.
Oh.
And they have the small section for media, and then his family.
We're media.
Yeah, but you have to get in line at 3 a.m.
So
and hold your
you
spot.
really want to go? We'll do that.
Your
No,
media is-
I bet you might
Yeah.
need a media. I was just gonna say
We
you might
can
need.
make a media pass.
No, and then they have a small section for her family. It's not a very big courtroom.
Okay. All right.
But-
So go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about. I'll just talk about today.
Okay.
So
Well, let me. So right now, just tell us. So Is the defense or the prosecution?
It's still prosecution.
Okay.
And they're on there. I don't know how many.
Like 2 weeks, right?
It's been 15 days.
Okay, so 3 weeks. Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
15 days. But they go full day Monday, half day Tuesday, full day Wednesday, half day Thursday, full day Friday.
Okay.
So it's interesting. For me, I feel like the DA is boring as hell. Like he's just monotone, and he asks every witness. So what were you drinking that night? So where do you live? What's your address? How long you been living? It's like the same things. And then cross-examination is when the defense comes up.
Right.
And it's Alan Jackson, David Yannetti, and then Miss Little. I don't know her first name. But and they're so good at what they do.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. So today they had, I feel like, a hostile witness on stand. She's been on since, her name is Jen McCabe.
This is the woman that's really been,
She's the one that
has always been in the limelight of all of this.
So she went with Karen,
right,
and found the body.
Right, to look for him initially. So
she knew exactly where he was, but whatever. Anyways, so I'm telling you, she knew exactly where he was. Today, so she's been on since like Thursday. She was with, the prosecution, and then it was Friday was a half day, and so the defense attorneys got her for a little bit. But today was the day, because they didn't have court yesterday. For some reason, they had the day off. He was just ruthless, but she was like being such a bitch to him, and he said something, and he goes, "You have to wait for me to answer. Me to ask you the question, and then you answer. Don't talk over me," or something. And then he was showing her something, and I think it was texts that she needed to read, and she goes, and it was her testimony from the grand jury, and it was 220 pages, and she's like,
"Oh my gosh,
I'm not going to read 220 pages. She goes, "Can't you just give me, what page or whatever?" And then he said something, and she goes, "Okay, I'm done. You can ask me a question." And he goes, "Oh, well, great. Thanks so much." But it was just stuff like that.
I love that, because that shows a side of her that they want.
Yeah, they do that on
They want to
purpose.
get her.
And she definitely, if you know what she does that irritates me, is she's answering questions, and so say the jury's over there, and they're like asking her, and she's like, "And so, yes, I was, and she looks right at them, and I'm like,
she's been directed by her lawyers to do
wicked
that,
coached. And I feel like they caught her in a whole bunch of lies today. There was 6 butt dial calls to John's phone at like 12:01, 12:05, 12, whatever. And the defense is trying to say that it was her calling the phone because they couldn't find it in the basement. She says it was butt dials. How do you butt dial 6 times in a row?
I was going to say maybe twice. Okay. After that, you realize not 6 times.
Yeah, you could ask my friend Jamie.
Yeah. He said
for some reason he's the guy. He's like,
she goes, it was in my pants pocket.
He sent me a message one month. He's like, "You have a butt dial." Is everything okay?
Are you alive?
He's like, "I kind of miss not being on the
at the top of your list."
Oh my gosh!
Did I do something wrong?
When you get butt dialed, just sit there and listen for the whole time.
Yeah,
Oh,
like it's
to see what they're talking about.
Yes. My mom does that a lot.
Really?
She doesn't realize she called or whatever, and I'm like, "Hello,"
Oh yeah,
and I can hear her.
Listen.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know this much about it. You're thinking she's not guilty.
I'm thinking she's not guilty.
I think
She's not guilty. Okay. He was killed at a party.
So they say, yep.
Okay. It seems like the worst idea in the world.
So that's the
I have
thing,
a theory
right?
But I know nothing. I haven't watched a single minute of the case.
So they were out. It was an after party. So they went out, and they were at this bar, the Waterfall, which that's what we should do, is go to the bars that they were at.
Oh,
and go to the pizza place, D&E. That's owned by another Albert. But anyways, so they were out drinking at a bar, and then they were going back to the after party. And I don't think she wanted to go. It was a snowstorm. It was just starting to come down.
And he won.
So she supposedly dropped him off and left. Then he never came home. They're saying he didn't go in the house. She hit him.
That when she
With the
dropped him
car,
off, she
with the
ran.
car,
Yeah.
that's
Backed
what they're
into
saying.
him.
Yeah.
But what the rumors going is that he went to the party,
Yes.
got the stuffing beat out of him,
Yes.
and then they threw him out to die.
Yes.
So my question is, because I'm always like, why?
Right.
He didn't like the people there. Why did he go?
Because he's a police officer and they have a
They're
bond.
cops.
They're all
They're all
cops.
cops. They
But
have bonds.
my big question
Wasn't there
is,
something with the nephew?
yes, he
Yeah.
He arrested one of the
Yeah.
nephews. for
yes,
drugs.
yes.
Yeah, who
And the
was
nephew
there?
didn't like him.
Yeah.
Right.
So again, feeding into, I have a theory
So
that someone was hitting memo on the hit voice record on their phone and went in like this,
Could be.
and they killed him.
maybe,
Yeah, could be.
maybe.
Again, I know nothing about this. I don't know anything about. I've watched
Well,
Law and Order a lot. And I know by the third act,
Dog, dog.
That
Right.
is one of the theories.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
That
is
they,
it?
well, because if
whoever
you
came up with that is a genius.
yeah. So
Really.
so the autopsy pictures show his like eyes were like bulged out,
Yeah.
bleeding. He has bruises. He
Scratch,
has
like
big scrapes.
Yeah.
And a gash in the back of his head. Now I feel like if he was hit by a car, how fast was she going backing up in a snowstorm?
Right.
And why they say her taillight broke, but why wasn't her car dented? Because if you're gonna kill somebody, you have to hit them
Pretty hard.
pretty hard, pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
20 miles an hour, I don't know, is that
I
gonna
don't know
kill
what
somebody?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've only wounded, so I don't.
So I don't know. And then
Wasn't
there's
there something that the autopsy said his injuries were not consistent with being hit by a car?
I think that was so the FBI has done an investigation because the Canton police have fucked it all up. They gathered evidence in red Solo cups after they used a leaf blower to blow the snow around, and then put the red Solo cups. They said they secured them. They have a picture of the red Solo cups not secured in a Stop and Shop bag.
That's secured. Okay.
Tell me how those aren't tainted.
Right.
Shop right charge 10 cents.
Right?
Right.
Right?
Are they
And-
plastic or paper?
Right.
I don't know what
No,
Canton's rules
it's
are.
a paper
That's-
bag.
Okay, I was gonna
I
say
think
Canton's
all of
rules.
Massachusetts makes you use paper.
Did you call it Plastachusetts?
All of Massachusetts.
Oh, I thought you said all of Plastachusetts.
Did
I'm
I?
like,
I think I said Massachusetts or whatever. So
We'll go back to we'll check the report.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you ever see that commercial? They drop the flag and they're
Drop the
like,
flag.
"All right, let's rewind that and see what you said." And so then I agree. I think he got the shit kicked out of
Yeah.
him in the basement. I think her 6 butt dials were them trying to find his phone in the basement because it was hidden.
Did
That
they ever find his phone?
I don't know. He's missing a shoe. I know. I think he's missing a shoe. And
They never recovered the shoe.
No, and
So,
some,
which is crazy. If he got hit
So they
outside,
didn't
his
recover
shoe would have been there.
I
I
don't
don't
know
think-
if
I
they
don't know.
have or not. We have to look that up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, and somebody destroyed the SIM card on their own phone, right?
Oh, 2 cops.
yeah.
Two,
They destroyed
he
the SIM
goes,
cards on
I
their own
didn't destroy my phone. I upgraded it. Well,
Yes.
we all know when you upgrade your phone, you don't
Put it-
get a new phone number.
No, you don't. And you can put the SIM card in the new one, or depends if it's an Apple phone, it just all gets.
Yeah,
dumped up
the
on
2
the
cops.
cloud.
Yes,
Yeah. So
destroyed their phone.
there's just
So
many-
much evidence against them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I talked to a cousin of mine who's a police officer, and he thinks she did it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's always 2 sides to a story, and then
I
there's
just
the
wish
truth
I
in the
knew
middle.
what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and I'm sure she must be thinking, Karen Reed is like, why did we go? Why did I leave him? You know,
This has been what, over a year of her life.
it's
Yeah.
been more than a
Well,
year.
Yeah,
And then the other thing is the people that lived in that house. Okay, he's a cop. They have kids. They have a dog that's a German Shepherd that is rehomed. I heard they
Yeah.
killed her, but whatever. So nobody woke up with Karen out there screaming bloody murder. No one woke up when the sirens and the police lights and ambulances and fire trucks pulled up. No one came out of the house. They cop that went in to talk to them was a friend of theirs. So he kept them all together, didn't question, didn't do anything.
But even as a police officer, when you hear that, your first instinct would be to go towards it. So why wouldn't he have left his home to go out and take a look?
Right? There's a picture of the nephew with all cut up knuckles.
Yeah,
He said he fell on the ice, but they're all knuckle cuts. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. It's too much to talk about because I could go on forever.
So this is your obsession. We haven't talked about obsessions in a while.
It's totally my obsession, and today was by far the best day. Listening to her be so Jen McCabe, just I felt like she was arrogant, and she just was going right at the.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, the
defense attorney
put up against a wall, and you get defensive.
And it doesn't help that Turtle Boy has harassed them.
Right.
So I feel like they, they're like, oh, we were harassed. We couldn't go to sports games. I don't know. It's a very interesting.
I know. You're kind of like sports games. Someone died.
And that's the other thing. None of them went to the funeral.
Oh.
They're cops. You didn't go to this guy's wake or funeral?
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Nope.
Oh.
And they're such good friends. And
this was before that anything came down, that they were accused of anything, or was this after they were?
I don't. What do you mean?
Because if the funeral happened after they were accused,
no, they weren't accused, because I think they went right to Karen.
Oh.
I don't think any of that stuff had happened yet. The harassment and them turning. It took a while for the media to catch on that she says she was innocent.
Okay.
So.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's my obsession. Totally obsessed. And I get everybody in work watching it. I have my aunt watching it. Meg texted me today and was like, are you watching the trial? I'm like, yes, of course I am. And I don't know how the jury can find her guilty, like 100%.
Well, that's what they have to prove without beyond shadow of a doubt. I can do an obsession, and this is something that none of you know about.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So the last few weeks, I really haven't been paying attention to what's been going on in the world because I've been doing something. So, and I know you're going to be like, what the fuck? So do you remember when we first started the podcast and you first started your shots, we talked about the 75 hard?
Yes. And I went and did the 90-day no drinking.
Yeah, you didn't do the stuff.
No, I did everything else.
So I'm doing what I call the 25-day hard because there's no fucking way I'm doing 75 days.
Okay.
Today is day 16
of
my 25.
So, like, what are you doing?
So I work out.
I don't know what this is.
Okay,
I'm just kind of like,
I follow a diet. You can follow whatever diet you want. I'm actually doing mostly all protein, plant protein, very little bit animal protein, staying within 1,500 calories. I work out twice a day for 45 minutes each workout. One of them is outside.
Okay. Outside walking?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want outside. I'm glad I have a big dick. So I do most of my stuff out there. Yeah, I know. I was like, that's going to come out wrong.
She said dick. Right?
Okay. You have to read 10 pages of a self-help book, which is easy for me to do.
Yeah.
But I do that. No alcohol.
You haven't had alcohol in 16 days?
17 days.
Shut up. That's a high five.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for that.
What else do I have to do? I can't remember. But yeah, so that's
good for
I
you.
Get up at 4:45. I do my workout, my smoothie. Oh, I've been journaling.
Ooh.
Right? I know, right?
Are you using the...
No, so what I decided was because I don't know what the fuck to ever write. So I have this calendar that has a daily quote or an inspiration. So I take that, I write it down, and then I write what I feel like that day. Yep. So I do that, and then I shower, I go to work, I come home, I work out, and then Dave and I may do something about our business, or we may just hang out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm fucking exhausted.
But you're obsessed.
And I'm obsessed, and I can't even tell you how, let's see, I've lost 12 pounds, and I lost many inches. I just
That's
haven't
awesome.
measured again.
I'm psyched
so
for
I'm going
you.
to wait till the end. So I may go a little further, but I might drink. The only thing is like,
I knew that was coming.
man, you know, this is really, I've been out to dinner.
Especially it's Memorial Day weekend. What are you going to do?
Not drink.
Oh my God, I don't believe it.
Yeah, right?
Want some gummies?
No.
Do mushrooms count?
Right.
We've gone out. Yeah, well, I did. I did a non-alcoholic beer one day.
That's not fun.
And then, no, we've gone out to dinner several times. Like the other day, because Dave's.
The restaurants you usually go to, your favorite places must be like, what's up,
Yeah,
Noelle?
I'm like, well, we haven't gone.
Yeah.
So we've been going to other places because, you know, of course, and when we went out the other day, I almost instantly went, yeah, can I have a Tito soda and lime? And then I went, no, sorry, I can't have that. You know?
Soda and lime.
I'm like, can I just have an iced tea? And then Dave hasn't been drinking. He's been doing his regular eating, but he wasn't drinking, so he had like 3 beers at dinner the other night. I had to drive home.
So
He was
funny.
like, I think you should drive. I'm like, okay.
Has he lost anything from not drinking?
No, because he's been making it up in food.
Oh.
But yeah, so I haven't said anything, and now that
That's
I'm
awesome.
more than halfway through it,
I'm
That's
psyched for you.
fantastic.
Thank you. It's because we have the Muddy Princess coming
When is
up.
that? June 17th.
June 16th. It's
Oh.
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
It's Father's Day.
Right.
So I needed to get my ass to do something. So yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
Very excited.
that's
Who's
my
doing-
obsession, and I'm literally obsessed. I food prep on Sundays for like 4 hours,
Good for you.
so I don't have to do anything all week long.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I eat food that you would never even look at.
No,
Wanna
I
what
know.
my breakfast
No.
is?
What?
Sweet potatoes. It's spinach, black beans, and I do 1 hard-boiled egg.
What is wrong with
Oh,
you?
with
And then you
quinoa.
go to work,
And I add
Sounds pretty
quinoa.
good.
Actually, so.
And
Really
quinoa,
good.
yeah. And I
And then
yeah,
you
you
shit
lost
all
me
day
the
at
quinoa.
work.
I don't do
and
quinoa.
I what?
do you shit all day at work
No,
with the beans?
I actually haven't pooped much. I'm surprised. I thought you're supposed to poop
Yeah.
more. Yeah, sorry. We talk about poop a lot. I thought I was supposed to poop more. So the reason that I'm doing this is because I got denied again for the fucking shot. So
Why?
I'm done. My insurance company sucks. So I'm
Yeah,
done.
I'm sorry.
So my doctor said to me, I really want you to do the stomach surgery. I don't think I told you this.
You did.
Okay, wasn't sure. And I was like, okay, let me give myself
They have a non-invasive one now.
6 months. So I'm giving myself 6 months. 6 months on my calendar. If I haven't lost, I can't.
What you want to
What
lose.
I want to lose, I'm making an appointment for either the stomach surgery, or if I've lost it, I get to do my blood work, and she'll take me off some of my meds.
Good.
So
Awesome.
at this point, I had to make the decision of, okay, so do I want to be able to still go out and have fun one night, or am I going to lead this restricted life? I don't know. So I'm like, okay, this is what I'm trying. This is what I'm going to do. So I think it's, let's see, this is May, June, July, August, September, October. So November. So it's the beginning of November. And
Okay.
That's when I make that decision. So
That's when you go back to the doctor?
yeah,
Okay.
either, and then I have to tell her what I'm going to do. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope to see you next episode. And let us remember, what are we going to remember, Diana? It's always better to have
Two.
A friend with
2
chins.
than 2 faces.
Very good. All right, bye, guys. We'll see you next episode.
You've been listening to Life's Journey with Best Friends. For details on any of the things we've mentioned in the podcast, including photos, visit our website lifesjourneybff.com. You can also email us at lifesjourneybff@gmail.com or visit us on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads.
Remember, no matter where life takes you, you are never alone when you have a best friend by your side. Until next time.